Shan Wu noticed that the deceased's pants were unbuttoned and there was no belt. "Where is his belt?" he asked. "We didn't find any belt, and there were no signs of the deceased, Wu Xiaofa, using anything else as a substitute," Captain Cheng replied. Shan Wu grew puzzled. Did Wu Xiaofa have to hold up his pants with one hand while walking? He recalled his time in the countryside, where farmers in the north sometimes folded the waist of their pants and rolled them up instead of using a belt to prevent them from falling down. But that was a makeshift solution that was not suitable for prolonged movement. Moreover, it wasn't feasible with the type of pants Wu Xiaofa was wearing. In general, people would find a belt or some other means to secure their pants. In any case, this detail aroused Shan Wu's suspicions. The location where Wu Xiaofa was found was less than 100 meters from his residence. His disheveled appearance didn't seem like he had just returned from outside and was attacked. It seemed more like he had hurriedly left home for an appointment, resulting in his disheveled attire. So, what could have made him so rushed that he didn't even bother to fasten his belt before leaving? And was this the first time the spot where he fell had been discovered as the scene of the crime? Did he manage to cry for help before dying? Next to the motorcycle was a small grove, and beside the grove was an open space, which was the material yard of the lime kiln. There was a lime kiln near the edge of the open space, with wisps of smoke rising. Shan Wu approached and had to shield his face with his hand to see the situation inside the kiln clearly. "Has the kiln been thoroughly inspected?" he asked. "We have already checked it, and no residues were found. However, the temperature inside the kiln is extremely high, currently over 800 degrees Celsius, and it's in full operation. Even if there were anything, it would have already turned to ashes," Captain Cheng replied. "If any items were burned, there should still be traces." "Right, Director Wei? It depends on the duration and temperature of the combustion," Director Wei answered. Accuracy was his characteristic trait. Although some criticized him for this, he didn't mind. He believed that a man's expression should be precise and not casually fabricated. The investigators also took notice of the lime kiln. If the perpetrator wanted to destroy evidence, the lime kiln would be the most convenient and effective method. On the stone yard, there was a small standalone brick building that served as a temporary workshop. Inside, some tools were kept. During the firing of the lime kiln, the staff would rest in this building. The door of the small building was locked, and there were noticeable bloodstains on the lock. Shan Wu paused and asked, "Whose bloodstains are these on the door?" "We haven't determined that yet. We have collected several blood samples from the main points, and they need to be sent to the city for confirmation," Chief Luo replied. Hearing this, Shan Wu found the case even more peculiar. Why were there bloodstains on the door of this building? There must be something that someone needed or wanted to find inside the building. If it was left by the killer, why would they enter this tool storage room? If it was left by the victim, did Wu Xiaofa come here during his lifetime, or was his body brought here by the perpetrator after his death? The lime kiln was built on a hillside, with 2 houses below it. Standing at the top of the kiln, one could see the entire crime scene. The house on the left belonged to the owner of the lime kiln and was the main location of the crime. Hu Xiaoqing called the local police station chief over and briefed Shan Wu on the basic situation here. The director of the local police station, who was a local himself, explained that the Lime Dawn lime factory was built by Wang Shu, a 56-year-old man, and his 54-year-old wife, Qin Xiaorun. They were originally ordinary residents of the town, making a living through small businesses, and had 2 sons. Their eldest son, 28 years old, passed away in 2006 due to epilepsy. The younger son, 26 years old, worked as a taxi driver in Wuhan. The family realized that in order to become wealthy, they needed to rely on local resources. So, they decided to produce lime. Although it was an environmentally dirty process, it was profitable. Furthermore, lime production didn't require high technical expertise, only physical labor without the need for specialized skills. They hired several workers, but apart from Wu Xiaofa, the driver responsible for transporting materials, the rest were older individuals. The eldest worker was astonishingly 63 years old, and even the youngest was past the age of 50. These people were all vulnerable and homeless, trying to make a living. Wu Xiaofao was the only young man among them, operating a tractor to transport goods for the kiln.